Hi, my name is Stacy. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to tab your grade coding instruction and tables manual in preparation for the CTR exam. When I was studying and preparing for my exam, I couldn't find any videos about how to tab the manuals. So I thought I would show you what I did, and hopefully it's helpful for you. These are the items that you'll need in order to properly tab your manual. Of course, the manual itself, I got mine printed and spiral bound at the UPS store, but there's a lot of different places that you can have it done. I do like the spiral. It just keeps it nice and clean and all together. They also put a clear, shiny cover on the top and a solid back on the back. So it's really nice and clean that way. You will also need a pen, some scissors, and these 1.5 inch Post-it tabs. I wouldn't recommend getting anything bigger than this size because there's a lot of things to tab, and if they're too big, it just kind of clutters up the side of your manual. So to get started, what I would suggest is cutting the tabs in half, cutting them lengthwise in half. And then you're going to want to label them 01 to 26, 98, 99, and 88. That corresponds to all the chapters in this particular manual. You're also going to want to tab and write general instructions on one and table of contents on another. I just kept these bigger because they have more words on them, but you could really do it whatever works best for you. It may seem like an arduous task to have to tab every manual, but it is a good exercise to familiarize yourself with the manual and how it's set up. This one is categorized into grade tables, which is really another name for chapters. So you're going to want to go along and just tab each different grade. So I started at the top. Take your number 1. So it corresponds with the first chapter, which is 01. Each chapter has a subsection of grade clinical instructions, grade post-therapy clinical instructions, grade pathological instructions, and grade post-therapy pathological instructions. I did not sub-tab those. I just thought it was kind of excessive to do that. I just knew that each chapter was set up the same way, so that if I had to look for a clinical grade or a pathological grade, I knew that I would have to flip some pages. So now we're at grade 2 or chapter 2, and then you just kind of want to, make sure you don't cross over the tab that you just placed. As you can see, I've got the whole manual tabbed. I did have to use the bottom a little bit because I ran out on the side, but that's totally fine. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to tab the table of contents, which is on page 7 in my manual. And then I'm also going to tab the general instructions, which is on page 23. This gives just good information on how to use the particular manual. I have also highlighted some different things and underlined some things, and I've gone chapter through chapter and done the same thing too. So there's different chapters that I've highlighted things because they're a little bit different. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Now that you have your manual tabbed, you need to know how to use it. So say you have a breast case. You would go to your table of contents, and the table of contents is arranged by AJCC chapter. So if you have a breast case, you're going to want to scan the AJCC chapter name or the SS chapter name. So breast is the 48th chapter in the AJCC manual. And then we go over here to the grade table, and it's grade 12. So you would then go to your tab 12, and there you have your schema for the breast. And then this chapter is subcategorized by grade clinical instructions, post-grade clinical instructions, grade pathological instructions, and grade post-therapy instructions. And all of the chapters are laid out in that same way. So let's do another example. Say that you have a lung case. So I'm going to scan for lung, and lung is chapter 36. And I go over here and it says grade 2. So I'm going to go to the number 2 chapter. And as you can see, this chapter encompasses not only lung, but colon, rectal, liver, and a few other different categories. And again, it's laid out the same way: grade clinical instructions, post-therapy clinical, pathological, and post-therapy pathological. So be sure to read your instructions in each section, and I hope that this has helped you understand the grade coding instruction manual.